On the 25th of March 1911, a fire broke out inside a crowded garment factory in New York. Within minutes, locked doors, narrow stairwells, and almost no safety measures turned a small fire into a deadly trap. It became one of the deadliest workplace disasters in American history. The tragedy would shock the nation and change workplace safety laws forever. In the next 5 minutes, you will discover what mistakes turned a factory into a death trap and why workers never had a chance to escape. The fire occurred on Saturday, the 25th of March 1911, just before 4:45 p.m. at the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory. The factory occupied the 8th, 9th, and 10th floors of the Ash Building in Greenwich Village, New York City. More than 500 workers, mostly young immigrant women and girls from Italy and Eastern Europe, ages 14 to 23, were finishing their workday, sewing popular shirtwaist blouses. The factory was a disaster, just waiting to happen. Doors were locked. Fabric scraps covered the floors. There were no sprinklers, no alarms, and only one weak fire escape. Stairwells were narrow and dark. It was the perfect environment for a fire to spread and nearly impossible to escape. A fire ignited on the 8th floor, likely from a cigarette or match tossed into a bin of fabric scraps. Within seconds, flames raced across the floor, feeding on piles of cloth and paper. Thick smoke filled the room. Panic spread. Workers on the 8th floor tried to warn those above, but it was already too late. On the 9th floor, one of the main exit doors, the Washington Place stairway door, was locked, trapping many workers inside. The single open stairway quickly became blocked by flames. The fire escape collapsed under the weight of fleeing workers. Firefighters arrived, but their ladders only reached the 6th floor. Crowds gathered below, watching in horror as workers were forced to choose between fire or leap. In desperation, many jumped from the 9th and 10th floor windows, roughly 100 to 125 feet. Many died instantly from the impact. Some were caught in fire nets, but the force of the fall often tore the nets or caused fatal injuries anyway. In less than 20 minutes, 146 lives were lost, most of them young women and girls who had come to work that day, expecting an ordinary shift. Instead, they died from burns, smoke inhalation, or the fall. The catastrophe ignited a wave of outrage. Newspapers printed shocking images. Thousands marched in protest. People demanded change. Although the factory owners were acquitted in court, public pressure led to the creation of the New York Factory Investigating Commission. The agency was tasked to investigate factory conditions and write new laws. Before this fire, safety at work was often ignored. After this tragedy, workplace safety could no longer be disregarded. It became a national demand. Change came quickly. Within just a few years, more than 30 new workplace safety laws were passed, including doors that open outward and cannot be locked during work hours, the requirement of sprinklers and fire alarms, mandatory fire drills and building inspections, and laws that limited overcrowding. Just as important, these changes didn't stay in New York. They spread across the nation. The tragedy also helped strengthen the labor movement and push the federal government toward future protections, eventually leading to agencies like the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, OSHA. In the end, although this tragedy was preventable, it sparked lasting reforms, leading to safety laws that still protect workers today and remind us why safety in the workplace can never be ignored.